Game 1 of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than 2 of the series.
The league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
As one of the league's most electrifying and talked about players, Caitlin's presence on the court has played a significant role in attracting new audiences and boosting ratings. Her sudden absence not only leaves a void in fan engagement, but also poses challenges for broadcasters and sponsors who have leaned heavily into her rising star power. The timing couldn't be worse. With the league attempting to ride the wave of increased attention during the postseason, losing its most marketable player, even temporarily, could impact ticket sales, media coverage, and overall fan enthusiasm. This situation highlights the WNBA's current dependency on a few standout stars to drive the league's popularity and visibility. As the countdown to her return begins, all eyes will be on how the WNBA sustains its momentum and whether other players can step up to carry the spotlight in her absence.
Like we're not going to be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no 3-on-3 unrivaled.
Caitlin's rookie year has been nothing short of historic. From record-breaking jersey sales and sold-out arenas to skyrocketing TV ratings, her arrival in the WNBA has brought a surge of interest the league hasn't seen in years. Even her pre-game warm-ups and post-game interviews draw millions of views across social media platforms. In just a few months, she's managed to bridge the gap between college and pro basketball fans, pulling in casual viewers and turning them into regular followers of the WNBA. Her impact isn't just about stats or on-court performance. It's cultural, economic, and deeply generational. So, while some fans may be stepping away out of disappointment or controversy, Caitlin Clark's influence on the league is undeniable. The real question now is, can the WNBA build on her momentum, or will it fade in her absence?
The 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did.
Caitlin's absence leaves a gaping hole, not just in highlight reels and stat sheets, but in ticket sales, viewership, and overall league engagement. With her off the court, early projections suggest that attendance could reach an all-time low for the remainder of the season. For months, Caitlin has been the driving force behind the WNBA's historic ratings surge and national buzz. Her games consistently drew larger audiences than many seasoned veterans, and her storylines dominated sports media conversations. Now, with Kay gone, the league faces the urgent challenge of finding and elevating other stars to carry the torch. Whether it's Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, or rising talents like Angel Reese, the spotlight is shifting and fast. But without Caitlin's magnetic draw, the WNBA will need more than talent. It will need compelling narratives, competitive matchups, and stronger promotion to keep fans invested.
She has personal security that goes with her every single place. It's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
The rookie phenom, widely known for her deep-range shooting and elite playmaking, captivated fans from the very beginning. Throughout the season, Clark was at the center of a nationwide surge in interest in women's basketball, driving record-breaking viewership numbers and selling out arenas wherever she played. Unfortunately, her impressive rookie campaign came to an early end following a tough playoff loss to the Connecticut Sun, cutting short what many hoped would be a deeper postseason run for the Indiana Fever. Still, her impact on the league cannot be overstated. This season, Clark was the primary force behind the Fever's league-leading attendance numbers, both at home and on the road. Her matchups became marquee events, regularly featured on national broadcasts, and her influence extended far beyond the court. Merchandise sales soared, social media buzz exploded, and a new generation of fans began to engage with the WNBA like never before. As the league looks to the future, Caitlin Clark has set a new benchmark for what a rookie can accomplish, not just with talent, but with cultural relevance and marketability. Her first
is on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes in the last 10 years.
Her performances were nothing short of magnetic, creating a buzz that few rookies in league history have ever matched. She didn't just play the game, she elevated it. As a result, the Indiana Fever saw a dramatic surge in national visibility, becoming one of the most watched and talked about teams in the WNBA. Clark's presence sparked a level of excitement and engagement that extended beyond traditional basketball circles, pulling in new fans, mainstream media coverage, and sponsorship interest. Her games became marquee events, and her every move was closely followed by analysts and audiences alike. However, with Clark now out of the playoffs, the WNBA faces a difficult challenge, maintaining that momentum without its most high-profile rookie. While it's certainly not the end for the league, her absence raises serious questions about viewership, attendance, and overall fan retention in the postseason. The WNBA isn't cooked, but it must act fast to spotlight other stars and compelling storylines if it hopes to keep the audience Caitlin brought in. Her influence has set a new standard, and now the league must rise to meet it.
The effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever in Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed the game was.
Major driving force behind the league's growing audience. And it's not just Indiana Fever fans who are feeling Caitlin Clark's absence. The entire WNBA is already experiencing the impact. With Clark no longer in the playoffs, the league is seeing a noticeable dip in viewership. Weekend matchups, which typically draw some of the highest ratings of the season, are now projected to decline significantly without her presence on the national stage. Fans weren't just tuning in for their favorite teams, they were tuning in for her. Clark's electrifying performances, long-range shots, and court vision made her must-see TV every time she played. Caitlin Clark has transcended her role as a team player. She has become a superstar, a cultural phenomenon whose influence stretches far beyond the Indiana Fever. From college arenas to sold-out WNBA venues, she's captured the imagination of sports fans across the country, many of whom had never followed women's basketball before. Her absence from the postseason isn't just a blow to the Fever, it's a setback for the entire WNBA. Her gravitational pull brought in new audiences, increased media coverage, and elevated the visibility of the league. Without her on the court, the WNBA must now confront a crucial question. How does it maintain this momentum without the player who helped create it? Whether this season marks a turning point or a missed opportunity will depend on how the league responds, and whether it can build a broader foundation of stars capable of keeping fans engaged beyond Caitlin Clark.
Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark has gotten them today.
Looking back at her season,
It's rare for a rookie to have such a seismic impact on a professional league, but Caitlin Clark is far from ordinary. From the moment she stepped onto a WNBA court, she commanded national attention. Her electrifying performances immediately placed her in conversations typically reserved for all-time greats, with many comparing her debut to the likes of LeBron James and Stephen Curry in the NBA. Like those generational stars, Clark didn't just play the game, she changed it. The excitement she brought to every game transcended team loyalties. She wasn't just a star for the Indiana Fever, she became a league-wide phenomenon. Her ability to stretch the floor with her deep shooting range, break down defenses with dazzling handles, and distribute the ball with elite court vision made her a true unicorn on the court. Night after night, she delivered not only highlight plays, but hope for a growing league in need of a mainstream breakthrough. And now, her absence speaks louder than any box score. The fact that so many fans have chosen to tune out of the WNBA playoffs without her presence is a stark reminder of just how transformative she's been in only one season. It underscores a reality that both excites and challenges the league. Caitlin Clark is not just a rising star, she's already a cornerstone of the WNBA's future. Her journey is only beginning, but the bar she has set and the audiences she has brought with her have forever raised expectations for what women's basketball can be.
With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
Looking back at Caitlin Clark's remarkable rookie season, one thing becomes increasingly clear. Fatigue likely played a major role in the Indiana Fever's inability to make a deeper playoff run. Clark endured an exhausting year of basketball, one that spanned both her historic college campaign and her transition into the WNBA. From leading Iowa to the NCAA championship game, where she played at the highest level of intensity and media scrutiny, to immediately stepping into the professional spotlight with the Fever, Clark faced a relentless schedule. By the end of her first WNBA postseason, she had played nearly as many high-stakes games as an NBA player does in a full regular season. The transition left little time for rest or recovery. In a rapid, grueling stretch, Clark went from emotionally and physically draining March Madness battles to navigating the rigors of professional basketball against the world's best. It's no surprise, then, that she appeared to be running on fumes by season's end. Yet, even amid this fatigue, Clark continued to deliver elite performances that showcased her rare endurance, high basketball IQ, and fierce competitive spirit. In the Fever's final playoff game against the Connecticut Sun, she once again rose to the occasion, scoring 25 points, dishing out 9 assists, and bringing her trademark fire and leadership to the court. It was a signature performance that reflected her willpower and refusal to shy away from the moment. Still, her individual brilliance wasn't enough. Basketball is, at its core, a team sport. And despite Clark's heroic efforts, the Fever struggled to provide consistent support on both offense and defense. Lapses in execution, depth issues, and inexperience ultimately sealed their fate. Caitlin Clark gave everything she had and more. Her rookie season was not just a display of talent, but of heart, endurance, and sheer will. While her first playoff run may have ended prematurely, her legacy is already in motion. The question now is how both she and the Fever will regroup, retool, and rise again next season.
Things that this group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple of weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So
They don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part.